Hi all, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Octopus Technologies Private Limited. So in the previous session, we have seen how to install Maven on Windows operating system. So in today's session, we'll try to see how to create a simple Maven project in Eclipse. So let's get started. So let me open my Eclipse workspace. Okay, so once you have opened your Eclipse IDE, so on the left hand side panel, you will have two options, Package Explorer and Navigator. So try to right click on the empty space on your Navigator or Package Explorer. So once we try to right click on the white space, you'll try to get a new pop-up screen. Under the pop-up screen, you'll be able to see an option with name something called as new. So once you move the cursor to the new, you'll try to get a new pop-up screen where we need to select the project. So once we select the project, it will try to show you a new project wizard. So under the new project wizard, try to type Maven. So once we try to type Maven, it will try to show you a folder with name something called as Maven. So under this particular folder, we'll try to have a couple of options. Like the first option, it says check out Maven projects from SCM. So SCM, it stands for Source Code Management Tool. Suppose if you want to download any project from any one of the source code management tools like GitHub or Bitbucket, then in that scenario, yes, we can select this first option. And the second option, it says Maven module. Suppose inside your Eclipse, if you have multiple Maven projects, and if you want to make a relationship from one project to another project, like parent and child relationship, then we are going to select this Maven module. And the last one, we say Maven project. So select the last option, Maven project, and then try to click on the next button. So once we click on the next button, suppose if you want to create a simple core Java project, then you need to select this particular checkbox, create a simple project. So try to select this particular checkbox and then click on the next button. So once we click on the next button, it will try to take you to the next screen. In the next screen, first it is asking, what is the group ID? So group ID is nothing but your package structure. When you are trying to create your project, what is the package structure you want to create? So in my case, I'll try to create my package structure as com.joctopus. And then second, it is asking for artifact ID. So artifact ID is nothing but the project name. So in my scenario, I'll try to give my Maven project. So project name, I'm trying to give it as my Maven project. So for time being, we'll not worry about versioning. And then let's go to the next option, which is nothing but packaging. So if you people remember guys, like in the first session, so I said like whenever we are trying to build your project by making use of any build tools, so it will try to generate you the executable file. So that executable file is called as packaging. So what kind of executable file you want to generate? You want to generate it as a Java file or you want to generate it as a WAV file. So for time being, let me leave it as it is. Let me leave it as Java file and then click on the finish button. So once we click on the finish button, so it will try to create you a Maven project. So we have created a project or we have created my project with name something called as my Maven project. So let's try to expand this project. So once you have expanded this project, so you'll be able to see a folder with name something called as SRC, source folder. Let's try to expand this source folder. So once we have expanded this source folder, under this source folder, you will try to have one more subfolder with name something called as main. So let's try to expand this subfolder also main. So under the main, you will be able to see another folder or you will be able to see a couple of folders with name something called as Java and resources. So in case of Maven, so this is the folder structure, guys. So it follows like source. Under the source, you will have main. Under the main, you will have your Java folder. Okay, so all your Java programs you are going to write under your Java folder. And then we have one more folder with name something called as resources. So why do we require this resources folder? Suppose if you are dealing with any frameworks, means when you are trying to create a project, so you are developing a project by using certain kind of frameworks, like either you can generate as a Spring project or you can create it as a Hibernate project. Then in that scenario, all Spring related configuration or all your Hibernate configuration files you can keep under your resources folder. Apart from main folder, you have one more folder with name something called as test folder. So if you want to test your Java functionality, whether it is working as per the business criteria or not. So in order to test your Java functionalities, we used to write the test cases, like whether it can be a JUnit test case or it can be a Mockito test cases. So all the test cases we are going to write under your test folder. Okay, then let's see one of the important file under your Maven project. So the most important file under your Maven project is nothing but your form.xml file. So this file will be created automatically when you are trying to create a project as a Maven. So let's try to open this form.xml file. So once you go to this form.xml file, so it will try to give you the basic information like what is the group ID, what is the artifact ID, and all those things. Now, if you people remember, guys, on our first session, I said like by using build tools, we can download the third-party libraries. So we'll try to see how to download the third-party libraries by making use of Maven build tool. So in order to download the third-party library files, so here we need to write a tag with name something called as dependencies tag. So under the dependencies tag, we used to keep all the third-party libraries. So whatever the third-party libraries you are going to keep under this dependencies tag, automatically all those third-party libraries will be downloaded and they will be added to your project. For example, in today's session, what I will try to do is like I'll try to download the MySQL connector library and then add it to our project. Okay, guys. So before adding, so let's do one small step. So let me right click on my project. Let's go to the properties. Okay, and then under the Java build path, so instead of selecting the J2SE, I'll try to change it to JDK. Let's say alternate JRE. So I'm trying to select my JDK and then let's say finish. And then after that, what I'll try to do, I'll try to convert my project into project test sets. So let's go to the project test sets. Let's say apply. And then I'll simply try to say convert to project phase sets, and the Java version which I have inside my system is like Java 1.8 version. And then simply say apply and then say apply and close. So before clicking on that apply and close button, so let's go back to our Java build path. And then let me make sure like under my Maven dependencies, I don't have any third-party libraries added. Okay, so let's say apply and close. Now what I will try to do, so I want to add MySQL connector -java jar file to my project. So let's go to Google. So I'll try to go to Google and then I will simply try to type MySQL connector -java Maven. So the first website it shows mavenrepository.com. So let's go to this particular website. So scroll a little bit down, guys. So select any one version. So I'm going to select the latest version 8.0.32. Okay, so scroll a little bit down. So it shows Maven and then under the Maven, it is trying to show this dependency, right? So let's copy this dependency and then let's keep under our dependencies tag. After keeping under our dependencies tag, let's say save the pom.xml file. So once we have saved the pom.xml file, so right click on your project and you have an option with name something called as run as. Under the run as, you have another option something called as Maven install. So let's click on this option. So once we click on this run as Maven install option, what it will try to do is like, it will try to connect to that Maven repository and then it will try to download that dependency and then it will add that particular dependency to your project. Now what we'll try to do, we'll try to select your project, right click on your project, go to properties. Let's go back to your Java build path. So let's try to expand this Maven dependencies now. Let's try it out once again, guys. Let's say right click, run as Maven install. Okay, the build is success. So let's say right click, let's go to properties. Let's open the Maven dependencies. 1 second, hold on guys. Project phase sets. Yes, 1.8. Let's say apply. Let's say apply and close. So let's run it for the final time. Let's say right click, run as Maven install. Yeah, we got the build success. So now let's check it out. Right click, go to properties. Let's go to the Java build path. Let's go to your okay. So why is it not happening? Okay, fine guys, no worries, but definitely it should be added to your project. Okay, that's it for today's session guys. See you in the next session.